You cannot go without this book, and let me explain why. Voices of the Diaspora, written by Knowledge Born Allah, takes you through countless and countless different blacks, from our scholars, our warriors, our great sisters, and even entrepreneurs. It speaks to the past, the present, and the future. There's even an action plan for us that are serious about businesses that we wanted to take on. Entrepreneurship is one of the first things that he speaks about. And if you're an avid reader, this is a 5-part series. So this is not only a great resource for ourselves, it's a great resource for us as parents. We can teach it and incorporate it into our lesson plans for our children.
No, we done checked in. Swear to God, we finna get all this money. Watch what I tell you.
You may think they pretty, but to me it's not for play. Power in my jewelry, clear the scene like an AK. Full body protection, looking clean every day they show. Hey, don't touch my Eleke. You may think they pretty, but to me it's not for play. Power in my jewelry, clear the scene like an AK. Full body protection, looking clean. And I say I shit. I gotta say I shit. I shit. And I say I shit. Elegba, Oshun, and Obatala. And I say I shit. Mokio. And I say I shit. And Oya, and Shango, and Yemoja. I got it, currency in my pocket, nature around my neck, front and center I rock it. Never tuck them, so folk wanna touch them, they need to stop it. Trying to find them on lines like mine, you never cop it. My Eleke is living, reason why I be winning. Jealous of my position, but I'm just at the beginning. Demonizing the forces, no intercourses I'm giving. Christians feel like I'm sinning, the way the heavens be bending for me. I'm in the flow, I get the dough, I'm giving more, it's reciprocal. Every dose could be poison or be medicinal. Truth is blatant to those who know what to listen for. A treasure chest in every mic check. Steady at an altitude and we ain't on the flight yet. Calling me the champion, I ain't even won the fight yet. Moochers sticking to us for that juju that they might get. Hey, don't touch my Eleke. You may think they pretty, but to me it's not for play. Power in my jewelry, clear the scene like an AK. Full body protection, looking clean every day they show. Hey, don't touch my Eleke. You may think they pretty, but to me it's not for play. Power in my jewelry, clear the scene like an AK. Full body protection, looking clean. And I say I shit. Somebody say I shit. I shit. And I say I shit. Egongo, Babaluaye, and Ita. And I say I shit. Mokio. I shit. And I say I shit. Ochosi, Ogun, and Orumila.
I got them holy beads around my neck. Them sacred guides on deck. Yep, it gets protection all around. Kosi Wahala, big blessings abound. I'm open to receive all the things this universe is laid at my feet, and I'm walking yellow brick road and laid with gold. Oh yeah, I get it from my mama, she reigning on her throne. La de Koju, Oriye Oshun, hell sea water goddess, keep that blade and some honey. Lord, she just keep going, hard to stop when she gets started. A river flowing, anointed from head to toe, baptized, got Orisha by my side, then my eagle all around, ain't nothing stopping me now. Full force on them, full glow on them. Spirit realm said go, so I move for them, a walking altar.
And I say I shit. I shit. And I say I shit. And I say I shit. I shit. And I say I shit. And I say I shit. I shit. And I say I shit. And I say I shit. I shit. And I say I shit. Hey, don't touch my Eleke. You may think they pretty, but to me it's not for play. Power in my jewelry, clear the scene like an AK. Full body protection, looking clean every day they show. Hey, don't touch my Eleke. You may think they pretty, but to me it's not for play. Power in my jewelry, clear the scene like an AK. Full body protection, looking clean.
Yeah, see what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Woo! We done hit him, Baba. 10, 2, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. God. 20. Great day. Who this messing my count up? Alafia, bruh. I told you we was gonna hit. Yeah. Shoot, I'm counting me and Baba out right now. I'm waiting on Sunday to come out, hit her. We good. She finding out right now. We checking in. Hold on. Good. About to hit him again.
Peace and Black Power family. Welcome to another episode of Doula-in-training Radio Place for Now. I'm your host, I know y'all did not tune in to hear me or see me, so I'm gonna do this introduction and get our Queen Mother in here. About a decade ago or more, I was listening to this broadcast on Blog Talk when Blog Talk was popping, and I used to hear this voice on New Black Order radio all the time. Okay, all the time. Somewhere on the road, somewhere driving, somewhere on the mission. You understand what I'm saying? The definition of a road warrior. Going wherever the revolution led her. Her and them babies on the road doing everything. So this was one of those distinct voices all the time. That's how I knew I was in the right place. If I ain't see her, I heard her somewhere. So from the gas chamber to the Pilgrim Massacre, to RBG Family Days, to RBG Family Weekend, to one of the staples. If I ain't see her, I ain't want to be there. You understand what I'm saying? So, one who held it up for the culture, one who held it up for our traditions and for our liberation. So, this magical matriarchs in March would not be complete without her presence. We ain't seen her in a minute, you know. She out there saving the world. So it becomes my honor and privilege at this time to introduce some and present to others one of my magical matriarchs, one of my queen mothers in the building. Okay, Iya is here with us. Welcome, 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 Iya. How you doing? Okay.
I'm doing great. Thank you. Alafia, peace and power. Aboru Boye Bushi Shay.
Glad to see you. It's been a little while. I ain't think you loved us no more. Then I'm like, oh, she saving the world. She went from saving the community to the world. You just like, all right, I'm gonna just go save the planet and I'll get back here. So I definitely want to invite you on, celebrate you, and show you love publicly because you do so much. You do so much that people forget often, like how far the legacy really goes back. You had babies. Them babies ain't babies no more. You see what I'm saying? They got baritone in their voices and stuff now. It's different. They different now. So
Mm-hmm.
uh, mothering a liberation movement through trial, tribulation, and ascension.
Yes.
Losing yourself and finding yourself again along the way. So I wanted to give you your public love in this herstory month. You understand what I'm saying? Because your story is amazing, and I wanted to get into a little bit of that today with you. So thank you. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
you.
Thank you for the invitation. It has been a long time. It is definitely an honor to be here, especially during Women's History Month, and to be among great women of history in general, great Black women of history in general, but then to be considered one of your um, matriarchs, one of the magical matriarchs in March. Like, this is a dope series, and I don't take that for granted. So I appreciate it, and I'm very humbled today.
Well, you earned it, and you still earning it. You know what I'm saying? Like if I had a million, I'd just send you a million. Like that's just how it goes. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
Well, listen, get a million.
right, right.
I'm rooting for you. Yes, Ashe. Ashe.
Say, so for you, where does it start? Like I know where I know, but I don't know where it really starts for you in regards to consciousness, in regards to being on that road everywhere, going to and fro, going from an observer to like a real participant, then a contributor. You know, where does it start for you as far as this whole thing goes for you?
Woo. Um, well, my journey into African consciousness, I'm gonna say started in like '99 when I got into 2000 around my first years in college into myself when I got into Africana studies. However, I had an aunt growing up, um, and she used to keep my cousins in, African dance and things like that. So always being familiar with it, traveling, being in New York a lot. The Bronx, New York, was the first place where I saw, felt, or recognized myself moving into African consciousness. For me, still is one of the most diverse places in the United States. You see all kinds of people there, and the Cuban, Afro-Cuban, African presence is very heavy there. And so that's that's kind of like really where the consciousness of my journey started. And then knowing, about the 5 percenters and the the gods and the earth, things like that. But really in college, it sent me into a study of some of the world religions. And from there, I think really getting to know about the Black Panther movement, what they were all about, what they stood for. At the time, though, I wasn't ready. Consciously, I knew, and I had an idea, but I wasn't ready to be labeled radical or crazy or
Uh,
um, radical, because I knew that's how they were looked at, and I wasn't ready for that. I was still in a what people think about me phase, and that's being transparent. That's being transparent. So there is really where it begun, and then I'm gonna say around 2009, there was a big thing with like pink slime out in meat, and like the ground beef and stuff like that. And it was just a lot of stuff that was coming up where this is when I was watching a lot of TV and I was watching a lot of news and things like that. Which, mind you, like the TV always bothered me, the news and the sad stuff that was going on, the killings, the shootings, all of that. And then like a really big thing with this food. And so me and one of my sisters on like a weight loss journey. And so we were seeing all this stuff about food. So I was like, you know what? I'm not eating no more beef. I'm not eating no more pork. That kind of thing settled in. And then it was like all the stuff on TV, and being an empath, I really started to like feel, that stuff. So it kind of like took me away from, I don't want to watch the news. I don't want, so like, unconsciously, I was coming into, my higher conscious, and coming into a spiritual elevation, like unknowingly, through all of that. And next thing you know, I found like, I wasn't gonna I was gonna relax my hair anymore. And, I wasn't eating certain things anymore. And um, I ended up like, meeting a new group of people at a new job that I had. And they was like about Black power, and, it was reading books and stuff. And I've always been a reader. I've always been a reader and a lover of books, because my thing that my mother's mom. So, starting there and meeting a particular group of people when I moved to Charlotte, North Carolina, kind of just gave me new friends and, people that were into agriculture and gardening and, community work and things. And so, like, I really found my niche in the Charlotte, North Carolina community as far as being a worker. So first I saw these people doing these, gardens and, as an herbalist innately, those things interested me. And I had older children that were into that kind of stuff too. And so I wanted to take certain things that they were watching away and, changing our diets and things like that. So it started there, the elevation of my higher consciousness, and African centeredness. Way back.
It is right there. See, you don't know what you don't know. Okay, so I met you, down the road. You see what I'm saying? So now you in Queen City, right? QC.
Right.
Now
QC.
right. So you become heavily involved. So now, how do you go from I'm on the outs to I'm on the ends, so I'm in on the ends? Like, we hosted in the gas chamber up here, we doing this. Like, how did it kind of flourish in that way?
So my children's father was he was a very heavy into the RBG Pan African movement. And we met, actually we were friends for a while. And so he was into that kind of thing, and I kind of just like started going to some of the events and the classes and things that were happening around the community and meeting people. And I just am naturally, other people have always looked at me as a leader, and I just naturally just do. I'm not going to say I naturally just lead. I naturally am a worker. Let me say that. That's what I am. I'm naturally a worker. And so where I would see work would need done or I could help, I would do that. My main thing was beginning, the children. Like, I'm a mother. I love children. I've always loved children. And so naturally it was my thing to like, let's take the babies and, let's do this with them, because a lot of times we don't have stuff going on for the children. So that was where my main thing started. I started in the movement, rather in the Pan-African movement. I started with the children. It was like, okay, well, while we're doing this, like, what about the kids? Like, let's take them and do this. So starting there, moving into teaching classes for children. I was asked to help run an African-centered educational institution, the Uhuru Restoration Academy in Charlotte, North Carolina. At the time, that was run by Brother Sundiata in North Carolina. And so it started there, and we created a program for the children. They were coming initially like twice a week, and then we ended up doing like a long-term thing where it was like part-time, and I created my own homeschool, started homeschooling my own children. And so we met a community of, one day, I was never on social media. And my children's father was like, you should get on social media and like meet these people, because he knew that I was learning. He knew that I loved to read. He knew that, I like, that I did poetry, that I sung a little bit. And so, he was like, you need to get on here and follow these people. So he gave me all of these people to follow, and they was all revolutionary warriors, leaders, spiritual women, and just like, knowing who I was. That's what he wanted to introduce me to. So I found the RBG community online. And so just different people, Mama Nkoyo, Baba Amin, so many people, Brother Mintu's son, and he was in New York at the time. a lot of people in Texas, Arkansas. I met some of my best friends today that are still, my sisters and like family today, still rocking with um Honeybee, Elnora, like just who have gone on to like create major businesses and their own presence and things in the communities still across the United States. But that's how I started meeting those people, and one day it was just like RBG. It was a nation. We looked up and literally, of course, everybody in their own respective manners and lanes already had things going on, but intentionally, Texas, Bama, and some other brothers and people got together to say like, hey, this is what we're doing. They were already actually doing RBG Family Weekend when I met them. I think they had already had one. Yes, they had already had one. And so kind of when I met them, they were doing number 2 and I was pregnant. I was pregnant with Mutulu Mumia at the time. And I was like, dang, I'm not going to be able to fly. I'm not going to be able to go. But I ended up being able to go that following year. Like I was hooked because it was like African unity, African love, and it's hundreds of Black people at the time. I mean, it probably was thousands, but I know that it grew over the years. So just linking up with the family, and now already being a worker, like jumping in from teaching at the school and being like that's where my presence started being known in the community, I would say. And then, once I linked with the people of the RBG Pan African movement from social media, like it turned into it was a real life thing. And so to get QC RBGs, it was like, this is who's in North Carolina. This is who is doing this, who doing prominent or running, doing things in the African liberation movement. And, amongst there was other people and elders and things, but as far as RBG Nation was concerned, my children's father and I were the leaders of Queen City QCRBG chapter of RBG Nation. And so, from there it just took off that, that sector of things. Running African-centered schools, community care days, feeding the community, clothing the community, and really upholding that life for a long time behind closed doors in our own homes. And once things get so big and things start to change because people lose sight. People lose sight of what we're really here for when we get inside of our egos and things like that. Kind of had to be like, okay, well, let's really back into the home front. So, part of the journey and growth and everything. So I retreated for some years to kind of what's the word? To find myself, like you said, this is a journey to find myself again. Like, okay, whoa, this is where I am. This is, all of this is going on, and losing sight of myself, my purpose in the movement. And then also, finding myself as a new mother over and over again, and the consciousness in that and things like that. So, kind of reeled me back into self, which was another journey. And I think we ended up actually doing a series.
Definitely did.
During that time.
Definitely did. Yes. Definitely did. I think it was powerful. And the reason why I wanted to curate it, because if you don't sit down and discuss where you've been, where you're going, you might be just caught in that. You see what I'm saying? So I wanted the family to have an understanding of who you are, because they might just know whatever blip they got along the
Mm.
way, or what somebody told them, and that's based off of fair weather. So if it was fair weather, or it was a shower, things might got a little lost in translation. You understand what I'm saying?
True.
So your journey is our collective journey, because you were definitely a major contributor and curator in a lot of different means. So we look back, we be like, yeah, back in the day over here, this civilization. No, our civilization, this last 25 to 30 years we have, from a creative, from a family, from a music, from a nationalistic standpoint. If we don't share our story, the only blip that they'll have from all the contributions that we made, the families we made, the things that we built, is BIE. That's it. Because once it goes federal and there's a blip, the blip is black identity extremist. You understand what I'm saying? Which ain't new. So anytime in America where we stood up and stood tall, there's a label. We went from rabble rousers and troublemakers and what mischief makers to BIE. They found the word for it. You understand what I'm saying? So if we don't curate our movement, we'll look at movements and miss the information. We don't know the totality of the civil rights movement, and we come from it. You see what I'm saying? So once somebody makes it corporate, now it's the civil rights movement. No, we were just tired of the situation that we were in. So our contributions have the same sort of value as our mothers and our fathers and our grandmothers. So we have to share our story. You know what I'm saying? So another thing about it is you hold the key to the story, from a genetic, from a spiritual, from an ancestral space, all of the vantage points. So just, kind of putting it together real quick. And I want to play one of them songs from that time to, like, set the little tone about it. Because I told you we're going to have a little bimbe. A little bimbe. You know what I'm saying? A little bimbe. So we'll be right back. What song you talking about? Look, I'm gonna have a little, take a little break, and we'll be right back, because we could get into some other things. I want to talk about Africa. I want to talk about everything else that's along the way. So we'll be right back. Tell somebody we here live. We ain't gonna be here for a long time, but we gonna be here for a strong time. All right. So
I'll stay.
Family business. Young yacht on the beat. See me around them. They motherfucking family. Believe that. In the trunk, that thumper. On my side, that folder. Yes, sir. No disrespect to my Nina, cause my two games so sporty. If it starts with a letter, better believe it's a keeper. RBG around the barrel, that's why I call it a reaper. So please try to run. The missus will he see you. It will be a close casket, in the words from the preacher. He was at the funeral last week, but the words didn't reach you. Should've made the words to a rap song and bumped through some speakers, so I keep it on 100. No percent of talk about Trump. Yes, sir. It'll beat it up from the back to trying to run. Black power up, but your power ain't like insufficient funds. They say hate is like a drug. If you do it once, you do it again. I really ain't got time. Been the cut counting these Benjamins with no money. Count them, my hands do just fine. You believe in this body bag if you choose to cross that line. It's a thin line between love and hate, so I left them on flat line. It's a thin line between love and hate, so I left them on flat line. Black power up and your power ain't like insufficient funds. Black power up and your power ain't like insufficient funds. Black power up and your power ain't like insufficient funds. Black power up and your power ain't like insufficient funds. Black power up and your power ain't like insufficient funds. Black power up and your
we handle our biz. So I know by now you know what it is. And if you do not, I'ma let you know this. We bumping through speakers, you're running your lips. Wait, freeze, hold up, stop. The big man on campus, you know that it's rock. No, I ain't new to this thing with no foolishness. You wanna throw your balloon and get popped. Don't really care if you like me or not. Climbing the ladder, you see to the top. Zilla gorilla ain't throwing no barrels. I'm loading the barrels while I lick off a shot. No, I am no sparrow, my eyes on the knot. Count it for the fam, put it in the pot. I'm in Nirvana when blessing the mic. When I'm on the road, you know I'm a rock. And when you hear that hue-wee, yeah, you know that's QC. I'm coming down the lane like a freight train. Yeah, 2, 3. King James and y'all lanes in the back of your sweat seat. Juicy, y'all paperweight, that's loose leaf. I'm 2 stacks, that's 2G, and I'm gone.
Black power up in your power ain't like insufficient funds. Black power up in your power ain't like insufficient funds. Black power up in your power ain't like insufficient funds. Black power up in your power ain't like insufficient funds. Black power up in your power ain't like insufficient funds. Black power up in your power ain't like insufficient funds. Black power up in your power ain't like insufficient funds. Black power up in your power ain't like insufficient funds. Black power up in your power ain't like insufficient funds. Black power up in your power ain't like insufficient funds. Black power up in your power ain't like insufficient funds. Black power up in your power ain't like insufficient funds. Yeah, level up daily. Yes, sir. Fuck you, payment. This shit ain't gravy, man. We walk this shit every day. Not a trend, not a fad. Never. Stand on that square. Be about this family business, you hear me? Always. Kings and gods and goddesses. Queens. We the greatest. RBG Nation. Greatness walking. Black first. Fuck all the talking. Huey. Rock VMC. Rock VMC. Know that. Rock VMC.
Had to drop the bomb on that thing right there. Okay. Shout out to Rock and Moose. You understand what I'm saying? Out there making it happen still to this day. Okay. To this day. Cultural curators in the form of rhyme. Tell somebody we here live, man, with our ear. I'm gonna let her get a camera together before I bring it back on the joint. You know what I'm saying? So folks ain't playing out here. But while we do that, I'm gonna play another song real quick. You know, Rock and Moosa is one level. You know what I'm saying? Ebony Essence and DOK is another level. You know what I'm saying? So we'll be right back. So we're having a little party over here. You understand what I'm saying? One of them RBG gangster parties or have it go. So we'll be all right. Tell somebody we right here. What's your name?
Yeah. It's still a lot of debate about who we are. Cats arguing we ain't African, we ain't black, we ain't this, we ain't that. Man, truth is we all of that. Cause all of that come from us, you know what I'm saying? It's all about where you gon' fit in. Yeah. Yo, what's your name? You an African, an American, or an Israelite? Black or more, Muhammad or a provocateur, what the business like? Malcolm X, my enemy. Chief Turner, Dr. King, keep a burner, you repeat. Look at me, who you see? I'm Garvey when I rap a bar. Every line is a black star. I'm masterful cause I understand who these crackers are. Nat Turner's my avatar. My attitude so desolate. I'm a mocking dog, these motherfuckers. Dr. Cotton, these Europeans know what I mean. I'm Farrakhan, never will I run. Robert Williams, nigga with a gun. George and Jonathan Jackson, Dr. Yosef Ben, Dr. Nam, show and prove like Dr. Clark. I'm a goon cause I got the heart. I'm Dubois cause I'm hella smart. I'm Denzel cause I got the part. I'm Bianchi, Sutton Kufu, Mansa Musa, Shaka Zulu. I'm with Mia, I'm with Tulu. If I was Jesus, what would you do? I'm a Negro and I'm colored. I'm your nigga and your brother. Yeah, I kill you, but I love you. Accept your own and reject the other. What's your name?
What's your name? And why don't you now know what your name was then? Where did it go? Where did you lose it? Who took it? And how did he take it? What tongue did you speak? How did the man take your tongue? Where is your history? How did the man wipe out your history? What did the man do to make you a tongue?
What's your name? It's a chigaboo, it's a torch monkey, it's a Sambo. It's a Oreo, maybe revolution is just too much for the handle. I ain't carry no scandal, I ain't scary, got ammo. Harry Tubman with a candle, time to pick up the mantle. I'm a son to Wop and Queen of Zinga, Nefertiti and Queen of Mina, Hatshepsut and the Queen of Sheba. She thinks she God, please believe her. Name is Osada, great escape. Angela Davis, feet safe. Willie Mandela, refuse to break. I'm anime, refuse to hate. I see straight through cause I'm late today. Miss Fanny Lou, I got things to say. Miss Shirley Chisholm, I paved the way. The homie queen came to slay. Better should buy by me, my Malcolm. Black love is the only outcome. I won't stop until y'all have some. I'm not set, this shit gon' happen. I'm Oshun, come bless the altar. I'm Nibia, I bless Walter. I'm Olosun, I drive my daughter. I'm Oya, I cannot falter. I'm the one to give birth to stars. Masterful, how I work these bars. Series B to the earth to Mars. KOS, reversal stars. What's your name?
What's your name? And why don't you now know what your name was then? Where did it go? Where did you lose it? Who took it? And how did he take it? What tongue did you speak? How did the man take your tongue? Where is your history? How did the man wipe out your history? What did the man do to make you a tongue? That you want to write down.
Hey.
So we had to have a little party up in here. You understand what I'm saying? New Black Order is one of those stations that's forever for me timeless and very important. When I started Do the Knowledge Radio, I was like trying to figure out. I knew what I wanted to do from the first episode, but then there were some additions along the way. So being tuned in over there, you know, with the Milwaukee family, you know, Milwaukee and Chicago mixed together, right? They gave me the spark. So it's like I need some music to be able to play, but I want to play our artists. So I got hip to all of the artists via that way. As far as their music goes, I was familiar with the people, but not their work. So this became a way station for the work creatively. I'm like, they ain't gonna play them on the radio. This is the radio. You understand what I'm saying? So, come on, Noonie, come on. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, you know, you put the whole list over there in regards to the artistry. And I know that your family in particular was definitely on all the road trips and made all of the music fly. You understand what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, what is that? Who's that? What's that? Who's that? I need to get hip. This AWAC. Oh, let me get hip to AWAC. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so it was a real cultural movement holistically. You know, you spoke about the family and everything and making the decision to homeschool. And then now the dietary laws, now the cultural context of the impact. So from the musical standpoint, you like what are your thoughts on the cultural landscape that's RBG and along with the educational aspects? How important was the music?
Music is healing. It's depending on what kind it is. I mean, all kind of music is timeless. When I say that what RBG, and particularly those in RBG Nation, the artists in RBG Nation, I'm just speaking on them alone, from Tahir to Rock VMC to DOK and Ebony Essence, like you, Callie and Noonie, Supreme. Like we had and like you said, still doing the work. Shout out to Rock and Musa. Like, you know, it was part of QC RBGs, and you know, I have my favorites or whatever, but like they was some of my favorites. Like I used to love to be in a studio with them. AR-15 and King Feta, Corey and Tori, the twins, Kofi Jume. Like man, like we had some beasts.
African
There
wild
are
dogs out there. Yeah.
yes, the African wild dogs. There are some beasts in the Pan-African movement in music. And so, you know, not even that we want our music mainstream or commercialized. However, what we could really offer to the world if people just become unbiased in terms of the music, the substance of the music, and the education that can be gained in the music is priceless. It is priceless. Baba Amin and Mama Nkoyo, DOK and Ebony Essence. I don't think there is no song that they don't make that does not give me chills. And I'm not just saying this because they're my family. Like Baba has a way, as a historian, as an African historian, as who they are innately in their purpose with education, and just the way that Baba speaks and the way that he leads when he speaks, you know, his voice, his tone, his demeanor, his manner is of teacher. You know what I'm saying? It's of leader. And so, and my sister adds balance to that. The education, and the music, like y'all go listen to the old songs, go listen to the old music. It's so much you can learn. I just was saying that I want Baba to do a African history class so that I can tap back in, because it's been a while for me. But the music is bone chilling to hear, you know, to hear Nkoyo talk about, you know, how when I step to my altar, all my enemies falter. You know, when we talk about, you know, what's your name? Like, what really is your name? Ooh, which is a big part of our spiritual journeys and learning, just exactly what Malcolm said. Like, who gave you that name and who told you that was your name? Where'd you get it from? And like, you know, what's your real name? You know, who are you? Like, it's so much love, and it's so much education and so much knowledge in the music. And even the song that you just played by Rock and Musa, it just represents who we are as a people. From every group had music that represented us as Africans in America, as African people, on a grand scale, all together in all of it. The song at the beginning, Tahir and Sunny, Don't Touch My Elake Eggs. Like it's so much more in the music than the music. And it's beautiful and I love it. You know, Evie, I even had like a little part in some of the stuff to bring balance as women, you know, as a woman and as a mother, as a priestess, as a wife, to the music platform as well. But my sister do that, and she do it so well. And there's other women out there. My sister Jasira, that have, you know, that add to it, Queen Jasira. But Ebony Essence, that's my girl. That's the truth. She is the truth, and she represents the warrior woman in us and the spiritual woman in us so well. And I saw y'all. I told you for all my people tuning in and speaking. I see some of the stuff coming in.
That's what it is. So redefining yourself, you know, I was here for part of the healing journey. So what was it like for you? Like, how did you find Africa? How did you find African traditions, and going from an observer to a full-fledged practitioner to a teacher to a guide to a priestess? Like, what was that African self-discovery journey like for you?
Um, I've always been a spiritual person, and the African part of that, to me, the African part of that for me came with um my experience becoming a mother. I'm gonna say for the I've become a mother technically 5 times, right? However, I've become a mother really twice, right? Because I have an older set of children and then I have a younger set of children. So in my journey into motherhood with my younger set of children is where I found my African spiritualness as a mother. And that's where I feel that Oshun started to um, come into my life and like settle into my life. Like, hey, I'm here. This is who I am. Get to know me because you're gonna get to know yourself, right? So that's where I connect. I connect motherhood into my spiritual motherhood because not only um, was I learning myself as a mother from the way that I carried my children, that changed what I put in my body, the things that I listened to, the people that I was around. That was a really, really big thing for me because it, energy. And I started to realize then, like, I've been a dreamer, I've interpreted dreams, and I've been an empath and I felt things, but carrying my children really put me into a very spiritual space at this time, and in terms of energy and what I could have in my sphere, and started to teach me who I really was, what I could accept, what I couldn't, and where my purpose was going to be. That led me into my purpose as an Iyanifa, as a mother. However, it connects. And so that's where I started to find myself as a priestess in the beginning of my second go into motherhood with my second set of children. And so, which is Asada and Amaru, they brought the mother priestess out of me. They brought the Oshun out of me. They brought the Olosun out of me. So that's where my journey into Ifa really started. And so during my pregnancy with Amaru, it was considered high risk, and I was scared to death. I was scared to death. I was fearful to the point where, like, I felt like I was literally losing my mind, and I was like, I gotta find something to do with my head. I gotta find something to do with my head, with my thoughts, and all of this stuff that I'm thinking, and all the stuff that I have going on. And so I got online and was looking at like how to train my mind to be positive, stuff like that. And so of course you run into affirmations, and then there's an African, the African way, and then you run into Ori. So I ended up becoming the queen, affirmation queen. That is how I got myself together. That is how I that time of my life is where I realized for the first time that I actually had Ashe. Not that I had Ashe, but that I could use my Ashe, and that it worked. We all have like these innate abilities and gifts and talents and things. But that was a time in my life where I was like, you know what? I got some power. I got some power, and it works in what I say and what I think, in what I do. And this works, and it connected, my motherhood, my Ori consciousness, my spiritualness, like everything came together at that time when I was pregnant with my second son. And my second starting motherhood into my second journey into motherhood with my last 2 children.
So what was it like re-Africanizing, and then like your journey, your trip to Africa or your trips to Africa? You know, what was it like going home and that experience, and then coming back? You know what I'm saying? Before we get into your entrepreneurial, you know, plight. So, how important was that for you?
So, where, you know, after my pregnancy or during that time, that phase, you know, I also got into like the womb wisdom, you know, birth work, you know, taking doula courses, because I wanted to have like a home birth and a water birth and all this stuff. So all of that stuff led me into the femininity of the divine essence, the essence of the divinities in Ifa and Orisha spirituality. So in my research of affirmations and finding Ori, I'm like, okay, because I started out in the Kemetic spiritual system. And it was, you know, a lot of knowledge, a lot of information. I'm like, I'll never learn how to read hieroglyphs, you know. And I kind of felt like, what am I doing this for? But I connected to Aset and Het Haru. And you just in my dig into research of my own, found Santeria. And then I was like, no, like it's deeper than this. And I just kept digging. And so I found Ifa in my research. And then I met at the school where I was teaching. There was like some Palo priests, some Palo Mayombe priests, and some there was a Cuban, somebody was a Cuban, Santero, and then I met Tahir and T-My, which I knew them, but I found out about some of the things that they were doing, some of the events that they were hosting, is where I was like, oh, this is E5. This is what I've been looking at. This is what I've been researching. And it just resonated. So it was an RBG family weekend. one of our brothers had a, you know, family member had transition. And so like we went to pay our respects at this at the funeral. And so I ended up hugging this person, and it was literally like like I got shocked. Literally, like I hugged this person and I got shocked. And you know how you touch somebody, it's like you get that literal electrical shock. It was like that, but it like ran through my whole body to the point where I was like, whoa, you know. And so some time after that, I had a dream. Some people were in it. I ended up reaching out to some people, and I knew that the dream was spiritual. And I'm a really good, usually interpreter of dreams, but I was like, no, like this is something, like I can say what this means, but like I really need to find out. I felt like I needed a reading for the first time in my life, not doing my own. I was like, I need somebody else to, you know, do something for me to find out about this. So at the same time, RBG Nation, we were making some changes and transitions, and you know, everybody was like, it was kind of like, okay, everybody got to get readings because we got this thing going on. We need to find out where we're going with this bigger purpose, and what we all really should be doing for ourselves spiritually, because the warrior work was really heavy, is high energy, and it's like, okay, we need to be making sure we protect it, because we was in the trenches, we was in the streets, we was dealing with the police, the government, you know what I'm saying, had come in. We had started being on TV for you know, it was news clips of us that we, you know, so like we really needed to spiritual protection. And so that kind of led everybody, and I, you know, in concern to myself, us into getting a spiritual reading that I ended up getting from the brother that I hugged. Like he introduced me to who is now my Oluwo, or my spiritual teacher, my Babalawo. And from there, my very first Ifa reading just confirms life. It confirmed what I had going on, what I had just had going on, what I was experiencing currently, what I was going to be experiencing now in the next couple of months. And I was literally going through those things, transitioning through those things. And there's no way that my ancestors could have come and spoke through Ifa the way that they did through this other person. So I was like, yeah, this is real. This is real, because those were my grandmother's exact words. You know, that was my exact experience. And this person would have literally had to be a fly on the wall of my house to know these things. And so for me, that was all the confirmation that I needed that Ifa was supposed to be a part of my life. It confirms a conversation that I had with my grandmother sitting in the church when I was 8 years old. That she knew that I would be a priestess of Ifa. And I didn't even know what Ifa was then. I didn't know what African spirituality was then. None of that. But it put everything into perspective. That's how I ended up in Ifa. Now my journey into priestesshood went from there. And I never, my teacher kept saying from my very first Ifa reading, you need to be in Africa like tomorrow. And I was like, what? Like, you tripping? Africa, that's going to cost $1 million. And it was a dream. Like, going to Africa was so big for me that I'm not even going to lie, y'all. I was like, I want to go and I'm going to make it someday. And I was thinking like I would probably be 50 or 60, after, all my children would come together and put this money together for me to take this trip. And I was going to go see the pyramids in Nigeria and like all this stuff all at one time later on in life. I never saw how soon it actually happened. I followed the guidance of Ifa, of my readings. I connected with, even before Oshun, the Orisha Obatala, the one of clarity, of wisdom, the creator, of us, the one who connects us to our, our higher consciousness and the wisdom of ourselves. So I just did what I know to do. I just moved the way that my spirit had me move. I did things that were innate. I learned. I got with, I did divinations. At that time, I started divining for everything. I started getting divination for everything. If you go in here, you need to divine. If you're going to have another baby, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was things that was like, these is life decisions. So I'm consulting with Ifa. And so from day one, it was like, you need to get to Africa. And it was urgent. And I just was like, man, I ain't going to be able to go no time soon. But then I was thinking like, yes, I am. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I'm going to get there. And one day, I got a reading. I got a reading for my birthday in October of 2019. And Ifa and Oshun spoke and was like, you need to be in Africa in it was my reading in January of 2020. Because I got a birthday reading, but my reading in January of 2020 said you need to be in Africa this year. And it was for, Ifa readings, they're purposeful. There's reasons for everything. And it was like, you supposed to be having a destiny. You have a destiny to live a long life. But if you want to live that long life, then you need to be doing what you're supposed to be doing. And one of these things is getting here. And I was like, and at that time, it was like I didn't have a choice, because literally spirit literally Ifa, literally Oshun was like, get here now. And I don't even know how it happened. All I just know is in March, I was buying tickets. I was buying tickets. I don't know like where all the money came from. I can't even say that I saved. I can't. I tried to, but I can't remember, like even saving. But I just know in March, I bought tickets for June, and I was on a plane, and I touched down. The first spot in Africa that I touched down in was Togo, Lomé, to switch planes, and like my feet hit the ground, and I just like fell to my knees and was like, I'm in Africa. So that was my journey to Africa. To get there, I was changing planes and to get to Nigeria.
I love it. So your lessons learned from your international and national travel.
Lessons learned.
Yeah. Biggest takeaways. If you had to name like 2 or 3 of them, what would they be?
I'm gonna say from, because this is about my spiritual journey. So I'm gonna say from a spiritual aspect, the lessons learned from international travel, and not just going to Africa, because it's a lot of places that a lot of our feet we're supposed to touch it for purposes of who we are in our journeys to our highest destinies. I will say that if spirit moves you to get there internationally, automatically just know and accept like this is what I'm supposed to do, and this is what I'm gonna do, and you will get there. If you try to, yeah, you gotta save and stuff, but if you focus too much on the if you focus too much on like the mundane things, if you focus too much on the superficial stuff, like I gotta have these clothes, or I gotta have this much money. If you make too many plans, you're not gonna get there, because you're too busy planning instead of just accept that you're gonna get there, know that you gotta go, and just position yourself. So the biggest lesson is to position yourself to get to for international travel, to get there, to get to where you're supposed to go. The second thing is if you've never been internationally, whether it's to an African space, anywhere on the continent, you can't prepare. You can't prepare for the experience. You can pack your clothes, and you can bring your tissue, you can bring your water, you can bring your snacks, and your shoes, your comfortable shoes, and you can get your hair braided, you can pack your wig, you can get you can't prepare for the experience spiritually. I mean, you really can't prepare physically, I want to say, either, but you can't prepare spiritually for the experience that you're going to have. So those are 2 of my takeaways.
Epic.
So be open.
Now,
yeah.
Epic. So we're going to end it off with what you're doing right now. Your entrepreneurial journey, your babies. You know what I'm saying? You got babies now in the entrepreneurial space. So I'm going to bring one up on the screen, and you can talk to us about this journey right here. In these retreats you got going on, Oshun Sacred Healing House, everything.
So, in my journey as a priestess, as a conduit of Olodumare, of spirit, as a child of the Orishas, I have, it's not just, my work It's all purpose driven. It is to lead. It is to be a leader. It is to be a guide through my experiences and through the knowledge and the wisdom that I have gained from those from my teacher, those who have taught me. And in that, a purpose always as a Black woman is to create my own, to be financially sufficient, to be financially sufficient and stable, right? And so, as a creator, if any of you that know about Oshun and Obatala, they're master manifestors. They are creators. Their children are creative, right? And so, with all that I am, I'm a creator in the terms of mother, in terms of, spiritual leader, in the terms of entrepreneur. And so I have created multiple streams of income, multiple ways to make myself, or to help me be self-sufficient and financially stable, and also to teach my children that you never have to work for anybody. You never have to work for anybody other than yourself if you don't want to. And if my children grow up and work for somebody else, it's because that's the option that they chose. It's something that they wanted to do. So first of all, being a priestess, a practitioner. I'm also in Omo Awo. I don't know everything. I'm in Iyanifa in training. And so part of my work as a priestess is and I assist people in their healing. And one of the ways, other than spiritual wisdom or guidance or advice, is healing through my hands, with my hands. And so I create products. I create healing products. Everything is herbal. Everything has essential. Everything has healing ingredients in them, whether they're herbs, essential oils, or my ashe, my words, my song, odu, or Reiki, praise and things like that. So I create candles, I create butters, I create oils, I create baths, all of those things. And they all help. They are all healing to the body, to the mind. And so Oshun's Sacred Healing House is a place where you can come get all kinds of healing products, as well as it has a botanica corner in there. So I have Ifa and Orisha products like bells, akoshés, which are, some Ifa medicines, some materials that you can use through ritual and things like that. All of my healing products heal joints, bones, nerves, like, your mind. So I have healing sprays as well that you can, use in your homes, on your altars, things like that. I also teach courses. Right now, I think we have some ancestral veneration courses, how to connect with your ancestors, how to build an ancestor altar. I'm always having deals and specials, as y'all can see on here. Most of my products are named after Orisha or divinities, and that's because that is the energy in that product that it creates and that it'll work for. So Ajay oils, prosperity oil, it's not money oil. You know what I'm saying? It is Ajay. It's for wealth. It is for prosperity. It's to help lift your vibration. It's to help motivate you to go get your money. It's not for you to sit there and money gonna come to you. So you got to work with these tools and these things to get what you want. Even down to, like, I have a divinity moisturizing bar. It's to make women feel good. It's to make women feel sensual. It's to bring your sensualness out of you. The aromas and the sprays or the oils and things like that, it's all purpose driven. and they work for what they are. And then my babies, my retreats. The retreat that I have that has been going on for 3 years strong. Woo, give thanks to Olodumare and Oshun and Olokun. Is a retreat that happens every November in the Virgin Islands of St. Croix, particularly. It is a retreat that's themed healing the divinity within, and that is a whole vision created, given to me by Oshun, as this whole healing house is. But it's grown over the last few years. Women come to dig deep into themselves to do ancestral healing, right? So we often move forward in our journeys in our lives, healing ourselves and the things that we went through and the traumas and digging those things up. But we go into our bloodlines, we go into the history of our family, to find out why we are healing from these things, right? Where's the root of it? Where did it start? And then we take the ancestors that those issues or those things come from, and we work with them. We work with them to we venerate them, to we find out what work do I need to finish here for you? What am I supposed to be doing in this particular space so that I can literally break the generational curse? And you don't cut off. To break generational curses, you have to deal with the stuff that created the generational curse. We can't just start where we are and say, oh, I'm breaking this. We can, but it's like that thing is still there that's festering. So it may skip over you. It may skip over you because you're doing this particular work. But what about your child when you gone? If they're not already doing what you're teaching them, right? So we deal with healing what the ancestor left, and we help them even in the realm that they're in finish the work, or we feed them, we appease them, we make sure that they are happy in that space, and we're intentionally and purposefully breaking the chains and the curses. So that's what that retreat is all about. And then in April it'll be my first time hosting basically a goddess glow up retreat. Like, women lose their glow after children, after hard relationships, after, periods of grief, from whatever we're grieving from. And, we lose ourselves in the work. And so the Gulf Islands retreat, spring retreat, will be held this April. And it is to bring women together, on a journey to dive into awakening, reawakening, and rediscovering ourselves, and the beauty of us within, right? Because we fall in periods as women where we forget about ourselves. We stop taking care of ourselves. We quit, we quit doing for ourselves. And so the glow up sunshine retreat is to reignite our glow and get some healing, some elevation, get your pretty back on, get your lip gloss back popping. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna figure out what's in these calabashes that we've been giving away, right? That we need to,
Get your lip gloss back popping is a bar. Yes, ma'am.
So that's what this retreat is all about, and to reconnect with the sunshine, within us. And so OshunSacredHealingHouse.com for more information. There's a retreat button that you could click on to find out all the information. It's a whole page dedicated to that retreat.
2 or 3 lessons learned and one piece of I wouldn't say advice because I don't give advice. One word of clarity for young entrepreneurs, young Black entrepreneurs that are out here that are listening, that will listen, into going into business for themselves, and facilitators of retreats, because you did it big. Okay, you did the most when you did it. So give them some guidance, give them some game. Give them some game.
So lessons, I would say lessons is that if you give up, well, let me say this. If you don't start, you will never know what could be or what could grow. And if you give up, it's the same thing, right? So don't give up. Like, it's not easy being an entrepreneur, and rarely do people have overnight success. This is actually the third year that I'm going into business. Last year, this will be the third year that I'm my own business owner. 2 years ago, I quit my corporate job. And so I was scared. I was scared, and I had to admit that I was scared, and I had to say that I was scared. I had to be transparent and honest with myself. And honestly, like, I went to my Orishas because I'm like, this is what my purpose is. This is what my passion is. However, I'm afraid because I need money. I got to make a living. And while this is my passion and this is my purpose, I never want my priestesshood to be a thing where my priestesshood will never be a thing where I'm doing this for money, because I have these other streams of income, right? So as a person who wants to be an entrepreneur, I would say have backup plans. You don't only have to focus on one thing as an entrepreneur either. And even if regardless of what your business is, there's always something else that can go with it. Recently, I have, been sitting in a space that's like, I do so much, right? So for the healing house, the whole idea came because I was like, Oshun, how do I put all of this stuff together? I do Reiki, you know what I'm saying? I do yoga. I teach yoga. I teach Reiki. I am, learning Ifa divination. I'm learning to divine for other people. I teach these classes. I teach kids. I do all of this stuff. I play sound bowls. Like, how can I bring it all together? And Oshun said a healing house, massage therapy, right? So I'm like, yes, and so my idea initially was to have a whole house with a different room for all these different modalities. And it came into fruition. Like, I have literally manifested that. I started virtually. So this is wisdom or knowledge that I'm offering all at one time with the lessons. You can't fail if you are moving in your plan. So you get a plan, you get an idea, get an idea of what you want, and you get a plan. And even if the plan doesn't go like you want it, it doesn't mean that you have failed, because you're still working in that. So it took me a long time, because I was like, how I don't have a website, and how people going to pay for this, and who's going to come to this if I do it virtually. But when I started out in my DM, listening to some of my friends. They was like, just sell in your DM. Even though I have a website now, y'all know how I get my money. And my clients and customers, they code through my messenger. They all still go through my messenger. So I literally have to transfer everything and, do stuff, on my website, because they're still coming. My biggest bulk of business comes through social media and my DMs. And so there's that. And then you will have people that say, oh, you doing too much. But if you're working in your purpose, you can never be doing too much. And you know that you're not doing too much when the money is coming in through those avenues. If you can handle having a storefront, and you can handle virtual classes, and you can handle doing community events, and you have that time, and you have that, that motivation and that determination, do that. I do sometimes, other times I don't. So what I do is I take breaks from doing community pop-up shops, and I just work virtually, or I take breaks from doing my virtual stuff and I go in my shop. So there's ways that you can do whatever you guys want to do. Young entrepreneurs, older entrepreneurs, people that have put down their businesses, and like stopped because you don't feel like you're getting support, surround yourself with the right people. Everybody is not our audience. I know that my all everything Oshun Sacred Healing House is not E5. Everything is not E5. So I cater to different audiences depending on what I'm doing, but that's why it's a healing house, because I can help people in E5. I can help people who do hoodoo. I can help people that do Reiki. I can help people that only need, a massage. I can help somebody with aching joints and bones, right? So don't put yourself in a box. That's another lesson. Don't put yourself in a box, and don't let anybody tell you that you're doing too much, right? Because I've come a long way, and this is just the beginning. And so, and be confident. I'm even working on that a little bit myself too. But be confident in what you know and your work. So even if, I might have like I wonder if, but I'm confident that my work is going to work. I'm confident that my products are going to work. And it shows through my people. It shows through my godchildren and their lives and their elevation. It shows through my children. I have a daughter that just turned 20 with almost 6,000 Instagram followers, and she's a hair braider. She get more, she make more money than me.
Flag on the play. Hold on. Wait. My little teenage girl is 29. Wait a
Yes.
minute.
Bolale,
Where does the time go? See, look. You
yes.
understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Sheesh.
She helps me with the Elay. She creates some of our curriculum for my classes. My little children, my baby girl is a little, that's little Iya. I'm teaching her how to work with the shrines. I'm teaching her how to place sound bowls when she frustrated. Like all of our, my son is a drummer. My youngest son is a drummer. Like he's gonna travel the world drumming for our people and things like that. So it's all kind of stuff y'all can do as entrepreneurs. Find out what your purpose is, and as long as you're working in your lane, you can't fail. You can't fail when you're in your lane.
Now see why she one of my magical matriarchs. I hope y'all got a glimpse, okay? Because we ain't getting everything. It's just a little glimpse. A little glimpse. So I thank you for your time, Queen Mother. Thank you for your offerings, for your contributions, for your sacrifice, for your rediscovery, because we're grateful for it. You know what I'm saying? It made you a better mother, a better healer, a better priestess, a better uh, diviner. You know what I'm saying? All of the everything that you went through becomes a testament, and the testimony is proof that even in our darkest hours, there's light. So thank you for being a beacon of light and hope, and you know what I'm saying, like that renewed vision in regards to renewed visionary in regards to what healing really looked like. Because you
Gotcha.
just you had it out there with us. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, look, vulnerability, openness, transparency, truth, all of those things. So thank you for being reciprocal in regards to the celebratory aspects that come at the end of the journey, and a
Mm,
new journey begins. So yeah, thank
gotcha.
you. Love to you. Love to your family. Love to, your king. Love to the children, and love to your future. A final word for us before you go. Let us know where we can find you, collab with you, support you, all those things as well.
OshunSacredHealingHouse.com. I'm going to be making a very big announcement coming up. I think I'm going to save it. Um, well, you know what? I'm gonna announce it now because there's only a few people in this space, and whoever is here is privy to hearing the information and the knowledge first. But everybody else will come second. First, I want to give a big shout out to my Ile Otupan Osa 3. I love y'all. Thank y'all for y'all support. I would not be me. I would not be great if it wasn't for the greatness in you all. Um, all of my sisters, that are, my students as well, the elders that are in the elders of mine that are my students and who trust me with their journeys and their own healing journeys and their journeys into priestesshood. I don't take that lightly. I don't take it for granted. I learn from you all as well. And you all make me better. I'm only as great as those that I teach, that excel and that exceed my greatness, right? So thank you all. I pay homage to my Oluwo on today, Baba Ifa Dada Wuru, all of the teaching, all the knowledge and the wisdom that I have gained. My Baba Smalls, Mother Sankofa, and just those that have taught and teach me. As well as my mentors, I have to thank my mentors. Lode Fa Fumilayo. I got two Fa Fumilayos, two Lode. So thank you both, my sister Fa Shin. Thank you. You guys' podcasts are amazing. Your teachings are amazing. Your leadership as women is amazing, and I love you all. I give thanks to you. Oshun Sacred Healing House is now Oshun Sacred Healing House of Ifa and Orisha Spirituality. So that is it is an extension to show my growth and to show the things that are coming for Oshun Sacred Healing House, right? So Ifa and Orisha tours, Ifa and Orisha retreats, and more classes, because I'm laid back, I'm in the background, and I'm really not showcasing my gifts, because I'm learning. I'm in a space where I'm learning, and this is why I'm going to Africa, and I'm spending months and I'm spending my summers, and that humility is needed in that form. And there's also a fire in me, and there's also a glow over my life, and I also can't sit on those things. I have to branch out. I have to teach others. I have to walk in my purpose. And so that's what I'm doing. So that's what's coming from, that's what I'm doing right now. That's what's coming from for me. I'm actually waiting until, I can't wait until tomorrow is over, because I'm taking a much needed hiatus for the month of April to again go within. I have 2 books that I'm working on publishing. One is a memoir. I haven't shared that with the world either. A memoir. So it is it's just coming. I'm not gonna give the name out. A memoir, and then I also have a book of affirmations and proverbs that I'm working on publishing. So you guys will see that absolutely by the end of 2025, and artwork and covers coming this summer. So that's what I have going on.
Thank you. Before you go, tell the people what your name is. That's the last thing I'm saying.
So I'm gonna give y'all all of my names. I'm gonna give y'all all of my names, and then I'm gonna float up out of here. Okay, I'm in that space floating in my life. I'm gonna float up out of here. Iyanifa, IfaTunmise, Iyanifa, IfaTunmise Osuntola Abeke, Olayinka, Fayemisi Omitogun, Olori Eji Egbewumi. That is my name. And my name is many names. I am a child of Ifa. I'm a child of the Orisha. So I have Ifa names, I have Oshun names, I have an Albatala name, and I have an Egbe name. So those are my Orisha that I'm initiated to. I'm initiated to the priestesshood of Ifa, Oshun, Obatala, and Egbe. So those are where all my names come from, and those names are my name. However, IfaTunmise Osuntola, that's my name. That's what I'm going by right now until I move into a different space in my priestesshood, because sometimes Ifa will say you need to use this name or you need to use this title that you have been given. So right now I'm being obedient to the space that I'm in.
That's the final word, y'all. Be obedient to the space that you're in. Unless that space ain't serving you no more, then kick it out. Say thank you, have a party for it, and then just don't. All right.
Sure.
Thank you for your time. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your jewels. Thank you for your wisdom. Okay. I know you said you're gonna float out of here. I'm floating out of here with you. You understand? Until next time.
Do the knowledge, Ashe.
Everything's a vibe. Like, this is science. Everything's got its own frequency. We know that energy is neither created or destroyed, it's merely transferred or transformed. When we speak in energy. I don't even think people pay attention half the time in conversation when I say, I feel you, I feel you, I feel you.
You said I read your mind the other day, but baby, we are just connected deeply in another way. That telepathy connection, energy that's manifested through that melanin, electric currents traveling kinetic. What you thinking? Call my mama. But my mama calling me. Coincidence, no higher common sense. I call it ESP. We are magic while this world's unraveling. 5G cannot limit our abilities from traveling. See, I'm on another level, dirty digging. Homie, get the shovel. I'm a rebel in this motherfucker, dancing with these demons. Got them screaming. This world is planting fear inside us. Clearly, I'm just over all the brainwashing. Time to wash your brain of all the pain, of all the stress, all the lies you told yourself. Open your eyes and realize you're a diamond in the rock. Don't let them tell you what you're not. It's time to show the world all this magic that we got with telepathy.
Don't hear me clearly. For me, language is liberation. The words that we have, they define and describe the very things that free our mind, but only when we choose with intention and pay attention to the frequency of the words that we use to construct our realities. Who do you say that you are? I am. I am. Those two words alone are the very beginning to a powerful sequence of awakening yourself to who and all that you are, have been, and will be. We talk in frequency.
Clouded visions, poison minds, can't see clear enough. The world full of interference, so God ain't hearing us. My spouse miles away, can't even take a walk in public. Coronavirus got us locked away like lab subjects. Close your eyes and you can feel the pain, we all connected. Empath, so I sense when every soul's ejected. A mystic, magical, way beyond simplistic. 5G blocking my chi, keeping our signals twisted. Communicate with my mind, mental telepathy. Into nature, so we speak on different frequencies. My third, I watch, the other two never truly see. The world is an illusion shrouded in secrecy. A king by birthright, a god at first sight. Divine shine bright, blind the wicked at first light. Open your heart chakra and let these words shock you. We telepathic, use your magic like a witch doctor.
Kemetic or ancient Egyptian words of power that speaks to the soul. I command your soul to listen. Nuktichaz un mesura aritun ak em ta tema'u. Nuktichaz un mesura aritun ak em ta tema'u. Nuktichaz un mesura aritun ak em ta tema'u. The chaz un mesura aritun ak im ta tema'u.
the unity and the redemption of the African world.
Salute them honorable Marcus
We
Garvey.
were not ready to listen then.
They might not have been ready then.
There's wonder whether we are ready.
Ain't no doubt about it.
To listen.
We ready, baby.
Now.
Let's go. Yeah.
Flag fly high. Flag fly high. Flag fly high.
Black fists in the sky with the side to side. If the flag fly high. Come on.
Flag fly high. Flag fly high. Flag fly high.
RBG's on the rise. All eyes will recognize.
Flag fly high.
Hold it high. Let it fly. Rep those colors forever. Garvey will never die. On my 90, the throne ready. Let's take a ride. Cats won't fix, men don't. Choose a side. This is the path for the warriors. Seldom travel yet and still vainglorious. Yeah. Black power represents us. You either rolling with Africa or against us.
Flag fly high. Flag fly high. Flag fly high.
Black fists in the sky with the side to side. If the flag fly high. All eyes will recognize the flag fly high. The red is for the blood. I got the best stock, the rest got sludge. The black is for the gods, melanated and elevated, holding the main charge. The green is for the cradle, Africa everything first, the earth's navel. His Excellency put it together as a symbol of liberation. That's how we get the letters RBG.
Flag fly high. Flag fly high. Flag fly high.
Black fists in the sky with the side to side. If the flag fly high. Come on.
Flag fly high. Flag fly high. Flag fly high.
RBG's on the rise. All eyes will recognize the flag fly high. Been blind minds since 99. People army them know the time. I'll the drab on my design. We roll ready. Hard line. Ain't no games with that red flame. Triple stage of that black bang. Revolution in my veins. Till we free, I won't change. And you can count on that like an abacus. Celebrate the victories and the challenges. It's deeper than social media statuses. This lifestyle full of nation building practices. Yeah.
Flag fly high. Flag fly high. Flag fly high.
Black fists in the sky with the side to side. If the flag fly high. Come on.
Flag fly high. Flag fly high. Flag fly high.
RBG's on the rise. All eyes will recognize the flag fly high. Represent that red, red, red. Black, black, black. Green, green, green. RBG, I'm about that red, red, red. Black, black, black. Green, green, green. That RBG, I'm about that red, red, red. That black, black, black. That green, green, green. RBG, I'm about that red, red, red. Black, black, black. Green, green, green. That RBG, baby. RBG, baby. Come on. Fly high, my flag fly high, my flag fly high. Shout out to all my RBGs worldwide. Doing this thing garbage style, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Flag fly high, my flag fly high. Come on.
Flag fly high, my flag fly high, my flag fly high. RBG's on the rise, all eyes gonna recognize the flag fly high.
Knowledge bomb. What's the science, baby?
Yeah. Now we gonna tell them that in front. We tell them like this, yo. I'm an African. I'm a African. I'm a African. I'm a African. Yeah, y'all like that? So no more. This man's mind is open. I'm a African. I'm a African. I'm a African. I'm a. Let's get
And
back
that
to the
motive is
gritty
best developed by recognizing the common enemy.